It's a pleasure to be here, and I really appreciate that we actually have the opportunity to even share with you why we are so excited about Vancouver. We have opened an office here because we believe that Vancouver is the city of the future. There are very simple way to prove that. The future is about talent. The future is increasingly not about any type of resources, but increasingly about ideas. And there is just no question about the ability of Vancouver to attract talent. It's one of the most livable cities in the world. It's gifted beyond belief by nature. I don't have to tell you, just have to look up. There's even skiing today. I mean, come on, this is literally unfair, like other cities should complain. So we are here because talent is here. And at the end of the day, we believe that wherever people want to live, wherever talent is, this is where the future business, innovation, technology will shift. Talent is always universal. It needs to be transferable. Increasingly, with your ideas, you change and impact the world. The way McKinsey offices are working is we have our colleagues here, but we have the ability to bring our biggest experts from any question, from capital productivity to nanotechnology, from inclusive education to healthcare innovation. We can bring in this trend, and at the same time, we also see that Vancouver is an excellent place for talent business. We are hiring people, and we will find models, many ways of models. We will innovate new ideas from our Vancouver office, within Vancouver office, which we will spread across the world. But there is also an excitement which is much deeper, and this is what connects to what Ms. Baskerville and also the whole HQ Vancouver is speaking. Many of us are moving here in Vancouver not just because we love the city, but also because we actually see objectively that this city is bound to be a major Pacific hub. It should. There is enormous upside. If you look at purely numerically, a normal city of similar size, 2-3 million people, if you look at the metropolitan area, $150 billion of GDP, a normal city should have naturally around 300% of its economy in terms of locally headquartered market capitalization. This is the average is 300% for big Canadian cities. The average, by the way, is also around 300% for Western US cities. That's the normal ratio. We have 100. Vancouver currently is operating at a 1/3 of the normal ratio you would expect from an average city, right? And that means enormous upside. I think the ecosystem is quite strong. The ecosystem would have the ability to digest quite a lot. I think this city, if anything, should aim very high. Let's assume we are closing half of the gap we have, right? So let's not go to 400%, which we should go. Let's go to 200%, right? Still below the average of cities like Portland or Denver. Still, this would mean doubling. This would mean bringing in extra revenues, corporate headquarters of tens of billions. This would mean bringing in highly paid jobs of the tens of thousands with a lot of secondary and tertiary job creation. It could start an extremely strong positive spiral on job creation. It could also bring in billions of dollars of revenues, federal and regional revenues. It could also kickstart, energize an ecosystem of PE companies, investors, local startups. Big headquarters tend to do this. It could help diversifying the economy. And it also tends to create a positive spiral of ecological, sociological improvements. You know, big headquarters mean lots more local focus on local issues, improvement for vulnerable groups from homelessness, from poverty. So I think the goal of HQ Vancouver and the goal of the Ministry of Trade, I think it's very, very noble, and it's also enormous. We are speaking about tens of billions of impact. But I'm quite optimistic. We have seen many cities successfully doing that. We have seen how Dublin managed to rebrand itself from a city which is actually much smaller than Vancouver, even the country of Ireland. It's comparable to British Columbia, but it's smaller. How Ireland was able to catapult itself to literally one of the richest European countries and the gateway of Europe to America and the source of innovation within less than a generation. If we can beat Dublin of North America, which, by the way, by geography, by petrochemical, anything we have, I mean, that's even like a low ambition, then the upside is not what I told you. The upside is 3, 4, 5 times that much. And of course, it's always great to dream big, but we believe there is upside here, and we are very, very committed to do what we can.